what was the most memorable country you worked in?
Well, that's hard because I was in countries, Australia, the United States, also in Africa. But I think the most exciting one, because of the time that I was there, was the Soviet Union. Because I was there a lot during the transition between it becoming the Soviet Union and then becoming Russia. And I remember once I was with a guy called Boris Viktorovich Nekrasov, who was head of radio studio planning at Radio Moscow. And it was May Day, and we were watching the parade as it was beginning to go or heading into Red Square. And a policeman, a militiaman, came up to us and said, you can't stay on the sidewalk, on the pavement. And Boris said, what do you mean we can't stay on the sidewalk? He says, well, that's my orders, he said. So Boris says, well, can we join them? So we joined them. And I joined. What it was a protest group which was behind the military parade. And they were flying the Lithuanian, Latvian, and Estonian flags when it was illegal because they were then Soviet socialist republics. And I got chatting to one guy who I always remember was a ginger-haired, blue-eyed guy who said, I said, why are you protesting? And he said, I'm Jewish, which I didn't look Jewish to me, but anyway, he said, I'm Jewish. And he said, in my internal passport in the Soviet Union, it doesn't say I'm Lithuanian or Russian, it says Ivri, which is Jewish in Russian, as if it's a nationality, when in fact it's a religion. And of course, there's a great difference between nationality and religion, whatever the religion might be. Anyway, we marched into Red Square, and I remember Mikhail Gorbachev being on the top of the Lenin Mausoleum with other members of the Politburo. And suddenly everyone started shouting, Daloi, KGB, Daloi, down with the KGB. And Boris was saying, this is looking ugly. And we're standing there in Red Square with all this happening. And Gorbachev was saying, calm down, and everyone was ignoring him. And Boris was saying, this is incredible. I mean, this would never normally happen. And then we noticed KGB guys pulling cables out of the scanner truck. Now, the scanner is the truck which does all the camera mixing, because all of this was being beamed out throughout the whole Soviet Union, and they were pulling the cables out to try and take it off air. And Tiananmen Square had only happened a short time earlier, and Boris said to me, something terrible might happen now, so just get prepared to drop to the floor. But nothing happened. I remember Gorbachev shrugged, and they walked off the podium, and Boris turned to me and said, Michael, I think that's the beginning of the end of the Soviet Union. So I witnessed that little bit of history.